Hi friends, Shawnee here, and happy Thursday. Today I'm going to be making black bean burgers. It's been on my to cook list for a few weeks now, so today I decided I'm going to take the plunge and make some black bean burgers. So first thing I do is I get all my ingredients ready. I'm going to go through the list of ingredients, which is two 15.5-ounce cans of black beans. I chose organic because they seem to be a little bit lower in carbs. This particular can is a local grocer's brand from Winn-Dixie. You can choose whatever brand you want to. It's a healthier version anyway. But it has 18 grams of carbs and 4 grams of fiber. So per half cup, you subtract the fiber from the carbs and to get your net carbs, so it's like 14 grams. I have sauteed garlic, peppers and onions in olive oil. I have cumin, paprika, and chili powder. And then I also have here grated Parmesan. Now you can use something different like cooked rice or breadcrumbs. I also have cheese here. I'm using shredded mozzarella, but you could use feta. I also have eggs. I'm gonna use some Worcestershire sauce, some barbecue sauce, and of course salt and pepper. Now, what I've done first is I've taken my 2 cans of black beans, I've drained and rinsed them, and I put them on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. I patted them dry and I put them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes on 325 to dry them out. So what happens is the beans dry out and they literally open up or turn inside out, so they're exposed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these black beans and I'm gonna put them in our food processor. The really great thing about this recipe is all these ingredients go in the food processor at the same time. It's easy, it's nutritious, and because you have control of it, unlike all those frozen like Morningstar burgers or Beyond Burger that you would buy, you don't have all those fillers and preservatives. So let's get started. So the easiest way to do this is just to fold up your parchment on both sides, bring everything into the center, and then just put it in a bowl. I'm not going to try to get it into that food processor before putting it into a bowl first. There, so easy. I love easy cleanup. You get all the stragglers in there too. Put that over there. Let me get this out of the way. So now, our beans are going to go in, and I have a spatula to do that. Make it even easier. Quicker. So what I've done here is I have sauteed some yellow peppers, about a cup of yellow onion, and a tablespoon of minced garlic, and a tablespoon of olive oil. I just sauteed them until they were soft. So I'm going to put these in. Next we have all of our seasonings. I'm actually using a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of chili powder, and a 1.5 teaspoons of cumin. Cumin's gonna give it great flavor. Love cumin. Now, this is our binder, if you will. One of our binders is, you could use breadcrumbs or rice, cooked rice like I told you before, but because I wanna keep this as low carb as possible, I'm using grated Parmesan, and it's a cup. Next we have our cheese. I'm using a cup of shredded mozzarella. I like to use shredded cheese, shred it myself actually. I'll get the blocks and shred it myself. I find that when I get the blocks of cheese and I shred it myself, it melts a lot easier. I find that when you buy cheese in the store that's pre-shredded, it has a lot of preservatives and fillers in it, and it doesn't melt as nicely. So get that in there. Spill Next, we have our 2 eggs, and as I've stated before, you want to make sure that they're at room temperature. 2 eggs. Now we have our Worcestershire sauce, and I'm going to use a tablespoon of this. Get that in there. Now I'm going to use a tablespoon of barbecue sauce. If you don't want to use barbecue sauce, you could actually use ketchup. This particular brand I really love, and I love their products because they're sugar-free. I'm actually going to add 2 tablespoons. This is a sugar-free hickory, so it'll add a really nice flavor. It's GU's sugar-free. He's got regular products too that are non-sugar-free, but it's really nice to have those options when you go to the store. And of course, we want to do a pinch of salt and pepper. I have a blend here of salt and pepper, which I keep near the stove when I cook, so I'm going to add a pinch of that in there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start this and we're going to pulse it. So what we want is we want everything combined, but we don't want all those beans to go to a complete mush. We want to leave some beans in there for nice texture and chunkiness. Now, I'm going to stop this and I'm just going to scrape the sides. It smells amazing, all these spices, the barbecue sauce, the beans, the onions. It smells wonderful. It's going to taste wonderful too. It's looking good. Almost there. Okay, I'm going to stop now. I see most of it has blended together, and I still have the chunkiness of those beans that are still whole. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. It smells amazing, especially that cumin. So I'm going to take my blade out. I don't need this stuff anymore. And now I'm going to take my cookie sheet. I have a hamburger former. I think that's what you call it. And I also have hamburger papers. I'm just going to stick one of those in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use about a 1/3 cup of the mixture to make my burgers. So you can eyeball it, or you can get a measuring device. This is a 1/4 cup. I'm just going to go a little bit over. I'll stick it in there, and then I'm going to pat it out to form my burger. You don't have to do this. You can use your hands and pat it out and put it on the cookie sheet. I'm a little anal retentive, and I like things to be uniform and look good. And then voila, you have a burger, and you can just put it right there like that. Now that's a little bit thin and flat. If you want it chunkier, I suggest either add just a titch more burger to this former if you decide to use this, or just use your hands and form your burgers yourself. So I'm going to continue to make my burgers, and when we come back, I'm going to talk about how to cook them. Bye. Hi, welcome back. So I formed all of my burger patties. The recipe yielded about 6 patties this size. If you went a little bit smaller and thicker, you'd still get the same yield, but if you wanted them smaller, you'd get more. I'm gonna pop them in the oven at 375 degrees for 20 minutes. I'm going to flip them at their halfway point, which is gonna be 10 minutes. So when we come back, I'm gonna show you what these burgers look like, and I'm gonna build my burger for lunch. Hi, welcome back. So my black bean burgers are done and I pulled them out of the oven. They look amazing. At the halfway point when I flipped them after 10 minutes, they flipped nicely, they stayed together, no falling apart or anything like that. So what I've done is I've taken 2 of them and I've made a quesadilla, which I'm gonna go grab, and then I have 2 other ones in the oven where I'm melting some cheese on them. So let me grab those. This one, excuse me, these 2 have melted Swiss. I'm gonna do a Swiss mushroom burger with bacon, and I'm gonna get my quesadilla. So this quesadilla just finished cooking. So what I did was, I took 1 patty and I put it on here, and then I cut 1 in half, and I did it like this so it would fit. I added Colby, Jack, and white onion, and mayo, and it looks amazing. So what I'm gonna do is, it's gonna go there, and then my other one is going to be the Swiss burgers. And I'm gonna pile those with sauteed mushrooms and my crispy bacon. Wow, those look awesome. How nice and thick that is. Looks amazing. I paired this with barbecue sauce and this with a jalapeno dressing. Now, the most important part is the taste test. So I'm gonna try the quesadilla. We like our quesadillas. It's literally like eating a hamburger. It's juicy. It's almost like a beef texture. It's not falling apart at all. It's got great flavor. I can really taste that cumin in I can taste the onions. It's really delicious. So, my extra burgers, what I can do is I can keep them refrigerated for up to 30 days, or if I want to freeze them, I can put parchment paper between them and freeze them in a freezer safe bag for up to 6 months. So hope you enjoyed this how-to on black bean burgers, and stay tuned for my next video.